Has Netflix really left Nigeria? The numbers tell a clearer story. Since last year, a rumor has been buzzing in Nigeria. Netflix has pulled out of Nigeria. While that's not true, they're certainly not moving the way they used to. The difference now is that their moves seem far more controlled and intentional. But what does that slowdown actually look like in numbers? Comparing the first half of 2024 to 2025 gives a clearer picture. In the first half of 2024, Nigerian audiences had access to 10 local titles on Netflix. A year later, that figure was cut in half, dropping to just 5. Post-theatrical releases took the biggest hit. In 2024, Netflix carried 5 of them: Adire, Merry Men 3, Afemifuma, Strained, and Dinner, most of which were distributed through Film One. By 2025, that number had fallen to just 1, Ada Omodadi. This signaled a retreat from the cinema to streaming pipeline that many Nollywood filmmakers have come to rely on. Direct-to-Netflix films showed only a modest change. In 2024, there were 2, One Too Many and Shino. Both of them were geo-blocked. In 2025, the number stayed at 2, The Party and The Lagos Love Story, both geo-blocked as well, limited it only to Nigeria. Netflix originals also contracted. While 2024 saw 3 big-ticket projects, Anikulapo, Rise of the Spectre, Postcards, and Olóòtú: The Journey, 2025 has offered just 2, Isabi 2 and Baby Farm. This is the most notable shift. Netflix appears to be deprioritizing Nollywood cinema to streaming pipeline. The scarcity of post-theatrical acquisitions is a significant blow for filmmakers who rely on streaming to recover costs after cinema runs. Another notable change is in its partnerships. In the first half of 2025, Netflix released more cinema-distributed titles and no Film One distributed titles at all. Considering Film One's dominant position in the industry, this suggests Netflix is now open to newer distributors, reducing the reliance on a single major partner. It also comes at a time when Film One is preparing to launch Cover, its own streaming platform, potentially reshaping its relationship with Netflix. Looking at the bigger picture, the scale of the slowdown becomes even clearer. The first half of 2023 saw around 19 Nigerian titles on Netflix. The number dropped to 10 in 2024 and then to 5 in 2025. The sequential halving signals a deliberate move away from the aggressive quantity-driven acquisitions of Netflix's early Nollywood push towards a more selective and cost-conscious strategy. What remains unclear is whether there's a consistent pattern guiding these choices. Is Netflix experimenting with new models? Are they adjusting how they spend on Nigerian films? Or is the slowdown simply part of a broader global shift in their approach? Baby Farm has already been made available in some territories after initial geo-block, raising the possibility that other titles might follow. For now, Netflix remains the largest international exhibitor of Nigerian films, especially for the diaspora audience, but the current pace suggests filmmakers may have to rethink strategies that once relied heavily on Netflix as a guaranteed post-theatrical home. As the second half of the year unfolds, the real question is whether this measured pace is a temporary recalibration or the new normal.